Good morning, Uganda Friday special is officially in. Thank you for being with us as Ali is right about now. It is the 8th of July 2022, another great Friday, probably the second Friday of this month of July. I don't know if my mathematics is doing the right thing, but I want to believe it is. My name is Philomena Mastiko. Look at us, it's been quite a heavy week with a lot happening in every corner of Uganda. But again, us being on a Friday, it never stops things happening. Even when we get into the weekend, things will keep happening. But again, you can sit, relax, because we'll be giving you a whole lot. Now, this is going to be a special Friday indeed, because there is a lot we're going to be talking about. And there's quite a lot that we are going to be revealing to you. Something amazing, something beautiful. Probably you've seen it, probably you've not seen it before. All that is going to be today. So you really want to stick around. I wouldn't want you to miss out on whatever it is we have to relay unto you. Well, I am joined by Kirabo, Nyonyintono, of course, the man in the house, and the beautiful Mollen, Kenyana. We are here to give you a full-packed Friday, and you can, sit and trust us, because when it comes to delivery, 100% is what we are bringing onto the table. Well, good morning, Robert. How are you doing? I see you all clad in the maroon shirt. You're looking sharp. What's happening this morning?
It's a Friday, and when we talk about Fridays, you just know I'm always happy during Fridays. I'm always excited to enter the weekend because I'm bringing an end a week. For example, this week.
Yes.
It began with good news. That is when we saw the arts teachers going back to teach after meeting with the Excellency. This week also brought in Kiswahili, being compulsory. Now people are going to sit Yunebu, Katab, what? And what is going to happen is you have to sit a paper of Kiswahili. Yes. But also public servants. Government is working around to ensure that they also begin learning Kiswahili. Yes. Members of parliament. But on the other side, interesting comes in the speaker warning ministers and saying she's going to write to His Excellency on absenteeism. So I want to say it has been a week of mix. There is joy. There's some bit of where you wonder, why would a minister absentee themselves? Yeah. You have 80 of them, and now you come to you can't even have 3. They're very, very consistent, by the way, when it comes to absenteeism. At least that is the one thing they have tried to execute 100%, being very absent. This week, I'm excited because Sunday, I think I'm going to get either half a goat, half a camel at my place. Because Robert, you shouldn't raise your expectations. Keep them at bay. Keep them at bay. You never know. I have Nasa Mukasa. There are so many. No. Well, as Robert is still planning and trying to get back to his phone book and look for all these names, I really wish you good luck with that. But I need to know from Mollen if she shares the same sentiments. Good morning, Mollen.
A very good morning to you, Philomena and Robert. Well, I would say good luck to Robert as well. But it is a Friday, and I want to say good morning to you, our viewers out there. Thank you very much for having kept it with us just from Monday to Friday. Well, Friday brings in a different vibe, and that's for sure what we're all about, knowing that there is a lot happening. Well, they leave alone the politics, but there is also a lot happening with entertainment. And right from all the drama that goes around, I don't know what is happening, and so far, how far the Spice Diana thing has gone, but we want to dissect into that as well. And see also some of the morality in the music industry, not just in the music industry, but celebrities. It seems like we don't have the moral ground. Do we need Father Recorder to have left some kind of legacy and someone taking this on? Because I feel like at this point we are deteriorating. You really think we need a replica of the late? Probably they will drive the point home in making sure that morality gets back into the country. We were starting to get in line, but now I feel like we are moving up and about. Looks like no one took on that role after we lost him. So the minister, there's a minister there. We want to see the pressure, everything that is going on. That man would take it on right there, and then you release some funny video online. One of the ministers we had was Honorable Matembe as Minister for Ethics and Integrity. Yeah. What is happening today? You wake up, you go on social media, you close your eyes immediately. As you're there, you wonder, these artists. And I've always asked myself, why would someone have bouncers? It seems like every celebrity, even one who has a one hit, as long as it is trending. Yes. The Sukura Cement, he gets out of the car, there's these big people. I'm like,
You make a small achievement and you think the world is after you. And most of the times when these celebrities are in trouble, they will tell you they were my bouncers. A bouncer by chameleon, a bouncer bebeku, a bouncer. You know, I don't know why they feel they need that extra.
Well, but also to be realistic, especially for some of the people that we really term as celebrities in Uganda, I feel like they need also this kind of security around them. Okay, yes, much as some of them really misuse this kind of situation, some of them do need a security. And I have been able to witness quite a number of artists who have you know, they've experienced quite some very terrible harassment, especially from fans. And at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you should have known that you needed security in this specific area. But also, they're trying to prove to us that it's becoming as good as useless for them. So we are yet to figure that out. Our Ugandan celebrities, please, please, please. I mean, this is something you need to watch and you hear what we have
maybe
to
you've
say.
never
But also we should
one.
call upon the fans, because sometimes it's just so bad. We've seen a lot of incidents where fans actually attack the artist, all in the name of, I like this person, you go on stage up next to wanting to touch them. That is where personal security should be coming through. And I don't blame them for having, exactly, I don't blame them for having personal security, the bouncers. That is one way to protect yourself. However, also the fans take it to a very, I don't know whether some people just have like psychiatric episodes, but it's not normal for you to just want to touch this person or break into their house just to see them. That's you being obsessive.
You've never experienced
That's obsession.
You go to some place and someone's like, you're the person on TV.
Yeah, they want to grab you and
hug
just,
you.
yeah.
You're like, and for us, you must accept, because this is your ardent viewer.
So Robert, have you experienced that before?
Friend,
Yes.
I've never gone to Fort Potro. This is what happened. I was in Fort Potro City, I think early last year. I'd gone with Uganda tourism, whatever, and I go to this hotel. You know, you've traveled and you're tired. We were in a rush hour, so I go to book into the hotel. The moment I got at the reception, I was like, yeah, he's the one, he's the one. So I sensed, I'm like, Then this lady comes on and is all like,
So Robert, do you
now
want
I had
security?
to think twice. Because people now know who am I. Is this the right place for me to sleep, or I need a place more expensive to suit this?
We need to get Robert security.
Yeah,
I think he needs
I
it.
can handle my issues. And if I'm asked for security, I'd rather have a personal weapon than people.
Yes.
Because
you
sometimes
cannot
they
trust
think
them?
for you. Sometimes this secretary will think for you that you want to slap that person when you don't want to slap the person.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my weapon that when the worst comes to the worst, I can cock and fire.
Well, this discussion I'm definitely going to have with Robert after
probably be
here.
in the US where that kind of thing is allowed. But
If my life is in danger, but I don't feel that someone would want to, these are minor issues. And you know what happens? These boys think for these people and act out of, yet they're bringing trouble to their names. Now look at Spice Diana, though it's still under investigation.
Yes.
Spice, in case it's proven, could not have beaten someone to that level. They're the bouncers that could have done that, in case that is true, to go by what some reports are
But you
getting.
see, security
So they
also has
overthought.
procedure.
They
Security
overthought.
has procedure as to when someone breaks in. So apparently, if this person broke into his her home,
Jumped over the fence.
yeah, and I want to believe that these people, the security organs are aware that she has security, and one of the roles they have to do is protect her. So this person is barging in and breaking into her home. They have a right to fight back. That's it. So at that point, they have not broken any
No,
law
our
unless
constitution
they have
gives you
used
a
that
right
law.
to arrest and hand over.
So what if the
Not
person
to
was
arrest them.
violent? Because I want to believe they cannot just beat you when you're not violent. That is self-defense at that
You know,
point.
from all this conversation, I now
Reasonable
know
force must be applied.
I now know what Robert would do in a scenario like that, and I also know what Mollen would do in a scenario like that. Clearly, from this argument, I am picking it. But I hope whatever you do, Mollen and Robert, it should be legal, okay? Because I don't want to see you behind the bars. It should be
Self-defense.
legal.
All we are talking about, we're simply saying self-defense is key. If you attack me, you will get the consequences of that.
Anyway, I would really want to know what Mollen would do, but
I'm just assuming the confidence she's using. If you attack me as if she has martial arts.
Well, there is a lot of stories happening. There is a lot of stories happening. And
a caterpillar can make her run.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
There is a lot happening on the local scene, of course, and on the international scene. And time for us to, get back into some of these stories, what you missed, what you didn't understand. This is the moment when we take you through some of the stories that are happening both locally and across the Ugandan border and across the African continent.
And we'll kick it off with the optical fiber coverage of Uganda, where Uganda now boasts of 764 kilometers of optical fiber cable added onto the national backbone infrastructure, and an additional 842 km has been extended to West Nile. This has been made possible by the successful embracing and implementation of the Regional Infrastructure Communication Project by NITA-U. The project has also seen over 2,000 government offices connected to the national ICT backbone to enhance public service delivery. In 2016, the government of Uganda secured funding from the International Development Association to finance various activities under the Regional Communication Infrastructure Program. ICT and National Guidance Minister Dr. Chris Baryomunsi said, though the program has ended, government is ready to take on the baton for prioritizing investment in the sector. The Regional Communication Infrastructure Program was designed to support government of Uganda with the goal of transforming service delivery. The project's completion now reassures integration of government ICT systems, capacity in management of ICT programs and projects, and improving the policy and regulatory environment. At the celebration, various stakeholders highlighted what ought to be done to enhance Uganda's ICT potential.
In other news, supporters of the ruling National Resistance Movement in Soroti City have been called upon to embrace unity ahead of the upcoming elections for the Soroti East constituency. Now, NRM's first national vice chairperson, Alhaji Moses Chigongo, says unity is the way the party will reclaim Soroti, which he says was once an NRM constituency. Chigongo sounded this while handing over the party flag to the NRM party candidate Herbert Ariko at an occasion held at Moru Apesul Primary School.
And moving on to issues of health, on average, 120 mothers give birth at Kawempe National Referral Hospital on a daily basis, a situation that calls for regular supply of deliveries for maternal health care, staff and also space. The Minister for Health, Dr. Nyonyintono Chen, now wants the hospital staff to talk to couples about reproductive health with emphasis on maternal health. This was at an event where Stanbic Bank Uganda and MTN Uganda were donating maternal health equipment and child deliveries to the hospital. Located in one of the most densely populated divisions of Kampala, Kawempe National Referral Hospital is also the busiest, with a record of 120 children births per day. The Minister for Health, Dr. Nyonyintono Chen, urged the hospital people to ensure they improve services but also offer quality, timely services at all times. Dr. Achen received 2,000 mama kits from Stanbic Bank and ICU equipment from MTN Uganda at a function attended by senior medical personnel, officials from MTN and Stanbic Bank.
And away from that, primary 7 and senior 4 candidates will have an extra examinable subject when compulsory teaching and examination of Kiswahili starts. This comes after a cabinet resolution to make Kiswahili a compulsory subject in primary and O-level. However, the Ministry of Education has clarified that there is still a lot that needs to be done before the compulsory Kiswahili teaching can be rolled out across the country. Now, this was revealed at the Uganda Media Center, where officials from the Ministry of Education held a press conference to clarify on a roadmap towards this new government position. A spokesperson, Ministry of Education, Dr. Dennis Mujimba, asserts that all plans are underway to have the rollout as soon as possible. The ministry will also provide continuous trainings to the teachers, ensuring that they remain on track.
The international scene, we take a look at the race to replace Boris Johnson, which has already begun after the Prime Minister quit as a Tory leader following a dramatic few days that saw his authority collapse. Tom Tugendhat is the latest Member of Parliament to throw his hat into the ring, joining Attorney General Swella Braverman and Brexiteer Steve Baker, who have shown interest. Mr. Johnson plans to stay on as Prime Minister until a new successor is found by the autumn. However, many colleagues and opposition politicians want him to leave now, but he has already filled cabinet jobs. Mr. Johnson resigned on Thursday following 2 days of desperate attempts to cling onto power amid a flood of resignations. Nearly 60 Conservative MPs have quit government roles in recent days at both senior and junior levels, raising doubts about the government's ability to function. Speaking to his newly appointed cabinet on Thursday, Mr. Johnson promised he would not use his remaining time in number 10 to make major changes of direction. A timetable for the Tory leadership race is due to be confirmed next week, and the new Prime Minister is expected to be in position by September. But unofficially, the contest is already underway. Crossing over to former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been sentenced to more than 20 years in prison for violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin, 46, pleaded guilty to the separate federal civil rights charges back in December. He's already serving a 22-year state prison sentence for the on-duty murder of Mr. Floyd, a 46-year-old black man. The two sentences were run concurrently, and Chauvin will now be moved to a federal prison. But he will almost certainly spend more time behind bars following the sentencing. His sentence is due to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. Chauvin, who is white, was convicted on murder and manslaughter charges in Minnesota for kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes. The killing, captured on a bystander's phone camera, sparked global outrage and a wave of demonstrations against racial injustice and police use of force. Well, a court in Kenya has frozen more than $40 million in accounts belonging to Africa-focused fintech payments, a giant Flutterwave, under the country's anti-money laundering laws, according to what is shown by court documents. Founded in 2016 in Nigeria, the San Francisco headquartered firm specializes in individual and consumer financial transfers, one of several fintech firms facilitating and capitalizing on Africa's booming payments markets. Earlier this year, the firm raised $250 million, valuing the startup company at more than $3 billion. Kenya's Assets Recovery Agency sought and was granted a High Court order to freeze several accounts with 3 banks belonging to Kenyan-registered Flutterwave Payment Technology Limited. Flutterwave confirmed to the Reuters news agency that it owned the company. It said in a separate statement that claims of financial impropriety in Kenya were entirely false. The court order, which is dated July 1st, stops Flutterwave from conducting any transactions from more than a dozen accounts with 3 banks which held $43 million in dollars, sterling, euro, and Kenyan shillings.
Climate change could shorten bear hibernation periods, leading to more human interactions. Now, in heavily wooded areas of California, bear encounters are expected, but several bear sightings have been reported in more urban Northern California landscapes this year. According to the bear behavior experts, there are a couple of reasons why this may be happening, and both are related to factors that drive a bear's hibernation instinct. Hibernation is a response to food shortage, said Heather Johnson, an animal research biologist with the USGS Alaska Science Center. When a bear's main natural resource for food, that is like berries, nuts and insects, becomes scarce, bears know it's time to rest and conserve energy. But as human territory increasingly interact with bear territory, bears learn that human food sources can be a good backup as calorie supply. Bears that have access to more food, whether it is from natural food or human food, will postpone their hibernation and basically just keep eating, says Johnson.
What has just happened? Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot at an event in the city of Nara. This is according to local media reports. And according to the news broadcaster NHK, Mr. Abe was shot from the back and collapsed halfway during his speech and appeared to be bleeding. Of course, the report also added that his attacker was in custody. Incidents of gun violence are rare in Japan, a country where handguns are banned. Now, this is a developing story. Of course, more details are yet to be sufficed. But again, we were talking about earlier security for the celebrities. But again, when you look at people in politics, I think they also need the security. But the thing is that we cannot even trust the security 100% because you cannot tell me that a full Prime Minister of Japan didn't have security with him. So,
you're just reminding me when there was a... Do you remember the issue of armed cars for MPs?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That they should get
they should get the armored cars. You know, when you shoot at it, there is no way you can access.
To that plan, though?
Well,
I think
no,
it's still in the pipeline.
Most of the times in Uganda, we act according to the situation. Now wait, if drought hits us, you're going to see issues of irrigations, this. For us, we just act. We do not look ahead. It's after something happens, then politicians jump on it, then everyone makes it a talk, then after...
So the model we follow while making decisions is situational and the conditioning as well. You know, if that is what is happening in the moment, we will think for the moment, and that's just
many Ugandans that are dying on road accidents, dying of road accidents. But should the worst happen and you just see one MP like this, if it was due to a pothole, in 2 hours it will be covered. Parliament will, police will be called, UNRWA, everything. So that is how we do our things. When we see shootings, cars. That is what we are.
Well, as you can see, there is a whole lot of pending, decisions that we have to make, and also a lot of strategies we need to lay ahead. But we also need to change quite very many things right from the mental, what do they call it? Is it the mental
mindset change?
Rather the mindset, yes. So right from the mindset, we have to change that, and the way we make decisions, the way we execute them, the way we implement them, and maybe also there are people in some
my sisters, something that in one of the stories we read.
Yes.
Kawempe Hospital, daily on average, 120 mothers give birth. Daily. Just one hospital.
But it is possible. Because
why? Why does that come as a shock to you, Robert?
Hospital, which means people come from different, health centers.
Yes.
Kawempe Hospital, it's a main hospital.
We need to discuss children by choice, not by chance.
You're worried about the numbers.
We need to talk about issues of family planning more.
We are not taking it seriously.
We are not. With this fertility rate of...
Well, if only it could match with the economic status, because the moment we start talking about fertility, we're talking about population, we're talking about the standard of living, all these come hand in hand. So we're yet to find out what we are doing as a country to make sure that everything is well balanced out. It is Good Morning Uganda Friday special. Myself, Robert, and Mollen taking you all the way. But we have a lot coming up. You want to stay around with us as we are trying to have these conversations and the entertainment as well. It's very necessary for you because it is a Friday, and definitely we are already looking at the weekend. Plans have already made, okay? So, yes, we know that and we appreciate it. We'll be going in for a break. When we get back, more conversations right here in Good Morning Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Kirabo using to Gabonais. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jingati drink and Alleluia Tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Have waka, you passed the ice through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Look at you waka, see my waka that I got with Momo.
Show them waka with MTN Momo Nyabo. Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. In the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Packages, great entertainment. Telenovela.
best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
This is Good Morning Uganda. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Five minutes after 7 a.m. right here in Good Morning Uganda Friday special. Philomena Mastiko is my name, and of course I am in the company of Robert and Mollen. And this morning, you know, I want us to talk about something that is very important. It's very, very salient, and that is morality. When it comes to morality, the functionality of it in a society, but also in a country like Uganda. Now, for any society, morality, the way you build up your morality, especially amongst the young people, even the adults themselves, is quite evident, and it's quite important because we all know, at least I'm sure you've all had a background where your parents have at one point sat you down telling you what you should be doing, what is right, what is not wrong. Now, this is not only limited to just our families, but for us as a country. Now, like we've had several experts come in and say, when we don't concentrate, especially on the moral stand of a country like Uganda, definitely there is a lot of chaos we are looking at, and it may come in when we are not fully prepared for it. Now, I am talking about morality in terms of the recent happenings, especially here in our Uganda, and when it comes to the internet. Now, this is quite a very big platform that can be accessed by many people from different parts of the country, from different parts of the world. So this is why you'll find different people with different moral characters. Here in Uganda, the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing our social media being flooded by content that is not exactly so appealing to the public, okay? And at one point, I've heard several Ugandans actually say they miss the late Father Lokodo, because if he was still in power, if he was still around and alive, you know, some of these things we wouldn't be seeing happening, especially when it comes to misusing the internet, you know, doing things that we're not supposed to be doing, releasing content over there that we're not supposed to be seeing. But again, this is not just something that has been happening the last week. Even the last couple of years, it has been going on and on and on, but it has a little bit been regulated until recently. We are seeing the numbers go high every single time, Robert and Mollen. I will tell you, there will be content that you're just finding over there. The moment you open social media, you definitely have to be very skeptical about what you're going to find there. But the question right now is, why is all this happening right now? Why are we seeing the moral decadency? Why are we seeing the morality of Ugandans? Because these are our people. I mean, the content we get and see is from our very own people. Why are we seeing it growing number by number? Are we lacking any shame? Do we not have any conscience? Has government relaxed so much, especially when it comes to regulation of, you know, the internet use? What is happening, Robert? Why is this really growing? Because I must say it's quite very appalling.
My first answer would be is because we've agreed and accepted and chosen this path. All of us as Ugandans, we've chosen this path. Why am I saying so? Go to the Arab world. There are some apps that are not acceptable. Go to the Arab world. There are certain things that if you dare do them, no matter how you want to be protected by the app or the company that has that app, they will look for you and you face the wrath of the law. But even communities there will shun you because you'll be a public disgrace. Now, because we've chosen, we've accepted, we've seen this as normal. This is why these things are happening. Second, also excitement. You know, certain things, when you're giving them to people, you must sensitize them. There's so much excitement in our country today, most when it comes to social media. Unguided excitement is a problem. That anyone can download any app, use it the way they want. I want to begin, for example, with some of the content, where I've even had now some people being habitual displayers of shameful content. And they're okay with it.
Yes.
Why? You can't do that in an Arab world, or in some countries I don't want to mention. Because should you dare, today you will be incarcerated. You'd be in prison. Fun enough or good enough is we have laws. But I think this is not a priority. I want to give you one example. I've lived in Uganda for some time. I've heard stories of times I was not yet born.
Yes.
In Uganda today, America is suffering with gun violence. People get guns, then they go and shoot. In Uganda today, should we even know you have one single bullet in your pocket? No matter where you are, they'll get you. And in Uganda, even if I remember one time at my parents' home, our neighbor, they woke up and they had 3 bullets on their gate. The whole village was scared. They couldn't even move out of their house. It was one person who came early. Because we know a gun in Uganda is a taboo. I see you with a gun. I know you feel we cease to be friends.
You're an ordinary person. You're a civilian like myself.
Yes.
So what gives you the
It
power?
falls from your handbag. Because we all know Embundu, Esasi, our government has made it a priority. Just talk about, we think they are rebels there. We saw a gun. We shall handle that.
Yes.
That is what some of the countries have chosen with issues of social media abuse, pornography, and all this.
Yes.
But today in Uganda, a person, she's moving properly.
Yes.
Then we begin consoling, oh, sorry, psychologically, we don't know what he's going through. Others choose to accept it is me. It is me, and you know how many people are calling me because of so. Because we've been reluctant, you know, when you have excitement, you need to have regulations that tame it. But even with our regulations, we have the Computer Misuse Act.
Yes.
We are good at having laws in this country. And I'm happy at least we have the laws. That's a step in the right direction.
At least when it comes to the legal framework.
But they remain as useless if not implemented. Laws are very useless. It is like a Christian who has a Bible but they never read it.
Yes.
It's just in their house. They never read the Bible, they never go to church. So it is like when you have laws, people will know that the laws are in place, but because they don't bite, anyone will continue abusing these laws.
Yes.
We need to wake up and say there is excitement among Ugandans. Many people want to be popular. They can do anything. I want to tell you there are some apps. You go to TikTok. Every woman almost naked, shaking,
yes,
doing everything.
And anybody
to get
can
likes,
actually
views, and
access
followers.
This. Anybody can actually
access
yes,
to get views and followers. So if you don't direct this or have clear laws and implement them, you're going to see the entire TikTok from Uganda, naked men, naked women, naked that. So the laws are good, we have them, we need to implement them, and also have more sensitization.
Yes.
Some of these people need help. You know, there's a research that was conducted and showed how many Ugandans have mental problems. Some of these people are mentally sick.
Yes.
Some people, they need help.
Yes.
We need to take them to psychiatrist hospitals. They're not directed. You know, we need to help these people and, you know, go out to these youth, go to various universities,
yes,
go to various schools. I remember one time we had a young girl who said, women, we are coming for holidays. Remember that was trending?
Oh yes, it was actually a student.
But when you look at this student, a juvenile, innocent, she doesn't know the impact of what she's speaking.
Yes.
Some of these need direction. Recently we saw a tweet about Dr. Sef, some funny things there. Some boy who had mastered the art of abusing everybody.
Yes.
But even when you arrest this young boy, they need to talk to them. We need to see government investing. The ICT Ministry and National Guidance should be given money to go in schools to have some programs on UBC TV before this airtime to explain to people, a young girl, what is the impact of everything you put on social media.
Actually,
a mature man.
Yes.
But you find these sick people, there is excitement, they want to be popular, And also these sites where I think they pay or recognize someone with a lot of following.
Well, Robert, I love that you bring in the example of that young girl who had something to say, especially now that, or then when they were leaving school, coming back for holidays. And maybe just to bounce this question to you, Mollen, we need to get to the root cause of all this, yeah? Because could we say that because we are seeing young children who are really fully engaging themselves in acts like these. Now, my question would be, is it mainly because of the media that has given them the platform to do all this, you know, or maybe it's the environment in which they have been raised, or the environment in which they spend most of their time that influences them? Because you would wonder, you'd question yourself, why would a young lady like that from school say something like that? What pushed her to say something like that? Is it because she has been seeing this? Has it been happening and she's now fully taking pride in being part of it, right? Or maybe it's the way we raise them. Is there too much lawlessness? Is there too much permissiveness among us parents, among us teachers, or have we even lost it, we as a society? We are no longer in control of the young people.
Yeah. So I think for me, I would, you know, getting from that, I would start with society. Because even when we talk about family, even when we talk about institutions, still we have to admit that we are in a different era. And like people always call it the millennials, or whoever is in this world, we have influenced a lot of character into the kids that are growing up. I'll give you an example of TikTok. Most of the famous TikTokers in Uganda right now are in a bracket of the school-going kids.
Yes.
That you will notice. And at that level, they are so excited. And as media, I'm glad you brought in media. In media, we have also let that happen, because you identify this 14-year-old who is now trending on TikTok, has a lot of following, and you're inviting them for a show.
We are enabling them.
Exactly. So they feel famous at that point. And these are young people. They don't have content. They can only do funny things to attract viewership. Now, at that point, for someone who has to concentrate in school, they don't have content, they're going to resort to all these behaviors just to get content. And whatever they do, now imagine what that lady was thinking at that point.
Yes.
She knew, of course, putting across something like that, we're coming for your men, because by then...
You're insulting women, that young girl.
That young girl at this point. So there was, at the point, by the way, when she posted that video, there was this whole talk about we're coming for your men, side chicks and all. So she's like, okay, so this is a trending topic. Let me do something. And then, because I remember later, she had to apologize to her parents.
Yes.
She has to make another video to apologize.
Yes.
That's when she realized, okay, this was wrong. So we have enabled that kind of environment that young people feel the need to create content, and if they do not have it, they will now resort to creating whatever is there. So I think the society has been there, but also you have to consider the fact that the technology is at their disposal. They are aware of internet. That is something we cannot do away with. They are aware that, you know, they can have smartphones and see all these trending things. They know the hashtags that are trending, so they will jump on the next thing. And of course, that relates to our moral behavior as, you know, people who are, I would call the adults. Because, yes, when something is immoral out there, we are going to make it a trend. And as long as it's a trend, everyone is picking up on it. So you cannot blame them. However, there is blame that should be taken, especially in educational institutions as well. Because if you have some of these students that you are enabling to go and have these co-curricular activities, like that statement that came in after Ruviri's incidents, they were saying, no, we encourage our students to be part of, you know, these activities.
Yes.
But to what extent? If you're allowing students to be involved in entertainment, to what extent? How are they dressing up even when they are performing their art? So I think it starts from that. The moment you let them actually have a life of celebrities out there, they're going to want to copy that. And in copying that, of course, that also contributes to their moral values. But we also talk about family, Philomena. Parenthood is key when we're talking about developing a child's moral behavior. All that we're seeing, your parents contribute a lot.
Yes.
Because for me, before I post something, I'm like, okay, what if my brother sees this? What if my mom sees this? I am worried about what my parents will think of me, because they have raised me as a person who, whatever you post,
now
will
some
reflect
children
a
are
lot
worried
on
of
you.
what their parents are going to post.
Exactly, because they see you yourself, you're
something
posting
comes and you ask
stuff.
this man,
yes,
how do your children feel?
Yeah.
Because instead of the, it's vice versa.
Yes.
Where it
Exactly.
should be that, because you can only give what you have. Parents of today, Mollen, you've talked about two areas, that is school. Unfortunately, school today, they're no longer looking at the moral fabric. And I kindly and humbly ask Ministry of Education and Sports. We've brought in Swahili, but for me, I think we have a very big gap as far as going back and emphasizing morals. It's about marks, grades, marks, universities, first class, upper, all this. Character-wise, a school will tell you, we can't expel this person, he has our first grade. Yes, he appeared in this video, but then when you go to family, even family have broken the institution called family in our home. Today, a father posts funny things, and it's you that is asking, don't you consider your children? It should be us telling the children, think about your parents. But where the parents are the ones now.
Yeah, to an extent that some parents actually go ahead and post these videos, including their kids. So you will find a parent actually having their kid record them, whatever they are putting on social media. And to such, this is a person you're trying to groom into doing contrary to what you're doing. And how do you expect for them to do better? So I think that is where we lost it. Well, and at this point, we cannot blame these kids because we are encouraging it. And that's a problem right there.
It's really, really sad because now we are seeing parents and children fully involved in it, you know, simultaneously. It's really sad. But also, if I may take you back, there was the controversial anti-pornography law that was quashed by Ugandans. And this is where I want us to look at us now. We as the citizens, are we actually also enabling this so much, or we are frustrating the legal framework? I will take you back to this, the legislation where we had the anti-miniskirt ban. You remember it? I think this was back in 2014. Now, there was too much controversy about it, and then there was too much backlash, especially that came in from women's rights activist groups. And they were saying this was basically to protect the rights of the women. You know, the moment they get you in a short skirt, you know, you could actually go to prison for it. The problem was that the way people reacted to it, we saw some women being stripped in public, you know, mainly because of that. But this was not only, this is not what was only entailed in this regulation. We also had under the same law where song lyrics were actually were categorized as pornographic for as long as they had lyrical content that had sexual connotations attached to it, with artists facing arrest and jail time. And we actually saw quite like about 2 artists who had already fallen victim because of this same regulation. But again, because of the backlash that came in for this regulation, the government let it go. So what does that have to say, I mean, about us? If we are complaining about the moral decay in the country, but when we have the legal framework that is coming in to probably try to regulate that, we as Ugandans, you know, we are actually trashing it. And we really, and these double standards for us.
Every time I look at our coat of arms, there is for God and my country. When I'm singing the national anthem, there is so much of Uganda, may God uphold thee. We're a country that there is so much faith and issues of religion in us, but unfortunately that is not what we do. When you talk about regulations, I'm just going to give you a very simple example to show you how rotten our society is. If you look at the most trending shows, radio, TV, if you judge listenership, you find that shows that have issues of obscenity, you know, nudity, presenters that dress anyhow, do funny things, they trend so much. If you look at people with following, apart from those in politics or other influencers, what do people want? The communities, the Ugandans we are talking about today, we must accept before God brings another flood, like he did in Noah's time. He brings
the
fire.
Old Testament.
The Old Testament. But when you looked at, for us biblical readers, we looked at Sodom and he just said, let me burn the entire city. No wonder, maybe some of the things we're experiencing today, God is burning Uganda.
Yes.
We need to go back and think, because most of the times I get confused that there was once a tabloid, today it has become clear, you know? Tabloid, when it had just come,
yes,
people would abuse it in public. But when they bought New Vision, Daily Monitor, they would say, Nekali cancel them. So this person is reading it, you know, in the middle, is peeping and reading, peeping and reading.
They wouldn't want to be recognized.
That they do that.
Yes.
But actually, so the entire society, we need cultural leaders, we need religious leaders. Unfortunately, today religious leaders have gone so much in prosperity. Come, I bless you, not what the Bible says.
Yes.
Cultural leaders today, men are engaged in funny things, not wangwa culture, bring up, you know, the issues like Chisakat, where you're calculating what do we stand for as a country. We need that. Otherwise, floods are coming, fire is coming. Parents today, some are going to die because of the way their kids are reacting. Pressure is equal and you can't connect again.
Yes.
But because instead of ensuring you parent this child very well, I'm looking for fees, I'm looking for this. At the end of the day, you bring a product you don't understand that is against your norms, against your values, because you thought you're giving them this comfortable life. I want to tell you, we are all guilty that most of the middle class now, it is either computer or internet raising their children. You know?
Yes.
You go home, the wife is on her phone, Mollen, very seriously. The son or the daughters, each one has a tab. Then their bedrooms, you don't know what is happening. The father comes back, is also enjoying some funny content. We don't know what content. But you see him smiling a bit and until they go after supper, they go to bed. Everyone continues. Some even while they are sleeping.
Yes.
The husband is facing this way, the wife is facing this way. They just smile a little bit. Hey, have you noticed this video? So that is where we've gotten. And what is going to happen? That is where you're going to see that releasing Ubuntu is normal. And society will accept that these things happen. And the worst would be our government when they don't implement what the law says. We have so many laws, even the anti-pornography, even if it was put in place.
Yes.
But if we don't implement, I want to end with this. If you don't implement the laws, Uganda doesn't need so many laws.
Yes.
This country can be the promised land if only all the laws we have, we execute them or implement them to the latter. In every sector, corruption, what, we have good laws, they are enough, don't amend, only make sure the little you have,
yes,
you implement it. And I want to tell you the promised land is in Uganda and we shall get there. Our moral fabric will be reconstructed.
Well, now that we have established who is to blame for what, and clearly every one of us has a fair share of blame to take out of this cake, I want to know from you, Mollen, what do you think could be the real thing that we have to do, aside from, you know, the legal framework? Because yes, there is a lot of energy that needs to be pushed towards that direction, but what else? Because it can't only be from the legal point of view. I know there is a whole lot that we can also do as individuals, as parents, as, you know, society, to make sure that we try to regulate ourselves. What is that?
Well, I've also kind of bend it to the mindset change
Yes.
that has just come up. I don't know how far that money will be used, because I saw a huge amount being channeled for mindset change. I think a lot of people need to change their minds about morals, and especially looking at the adults. So if
there are still
the problem is who is going to
What
change
is annoying me is your thinking.
Yes.
In mindset change, everyone thinks it's that ordinary Ugandan whose mindset is not
No, it's
proper.
not actually that. That is where
But
people
I'm
are
asking,
getting it wrong.
who is going to change who?
Exactly.
But you know,
So I
Robert,
think
these are, we are, for example, we are adults, right? Right now, we know what is right and wrong, but we choose to do the wrong thing. But at the back of your mind, you actually know it is wrong. So it has to start within yourself.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to come and help you change, because even the person you're entirely relying on could be way worse off than you are. You know, you could be having way a bigger percentage of sanity compared to this person. So these are mature.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Most
Most
of these bad videos or pornography go viral, and you will find it is adults actually with the videos and sending them around.
Yes.
So if you're saying this is something that we need to eliminate from from
Asking you,
childhood, you are the adults.
I shouldn't continue
Exactly. You're the adults
forwarding
spreading
this. It's very excited.
So that's the mindset kind of change I'm talking about. You yourselves, the adults, know that this is a wrong thing to do and get rid of it. Like, stay away from it. But we encourage this. And I think also, and I'll take this to mostly the celebrities that are doing this, because they know they have the money and the fame, they will get away with it. And I think we cannot take away the legal framework in this. These people have to pay for it. Now, get the culprits and have them pay for that. Arrest them. Because it all starts with the people who are doing it, recording it. You get it? So if you know that you could face jail time for your acts, maybe you won't do it. And that is where we've gotten wrong, because we now have celebrities that have even gotten rewarded for what they did in the past.
Oh, I remember
some
one
celebrities
lady.
do something and then pornography is out there, but they are still given their jobs.
Promotes you.
Exactly. So they are given, you know, some advertisement deals. They are able to even continue like being on air. Yeah. So you're like, they are being rewarded for that. So the moment we see that happening and continuing and we are not getting rid of it, we are encouraging the behavior. So that needs to stop. But also people need to learn to brand themselves in a good way. You don't need to start on a viral kind of insanity way for you to get attention from the country. Learn to build your brand. There are people here who want to become a Sheba, she wants to become a Spice Diana, but also wants to become some minister. You cannot find a balance.
Choose a struggle.
Exactly. So if you have to brand yourself in a way that you want to suit everything famous, everyone famous in the country, then that's where we get it wrong. You need to brand yourself accordingly and in a way that in the future you'll be proud of your young self. And that is what we're lacking. But also when we talk about the Ministry of Ethics and Integrity coming through, I think there has been a lot of gaps that they are not doing in regards to, you know, condemning also the adults. I'll concentrate on that because we can talk about behavior change in schools and all that, but these people are learning from us. So we need to get a problem right from the roots, and we are the brackets who are in the roots. So that is where things should be starting. I think there needs to be guidance on that, but also make sure the culprits are taken into, you know, very seriously, because otherwise, because now I saw they said video going viral, and this man is out there saying, no, that is me. I mean,
how did you get the audacity?
You know how many women have approached me since that video?
Why would you still be even having the freedom to say that?
And police is watching this. We are all watching this and letting this man get away with it just because he's kind of rich. This is not right.
Rich is debatable.
Some of these people should pay for their sins. They should pay for their sins, and I don't think that
and
it's
I love
right for
Mollen,
him to
the
be
way
out
you've
there.
stated it. You see, the challenge you have in Uganda is we don't set precedents.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, in life, I believe there's a moment you have to sacrifice even your own to save the rest. You get it? Not the biblical where you have one sheep. You can sacrifice your own to save the rest.
Yeah.
The problem here, someone steals billions, nothing is done.
Yes.
Others will steal. Someone's whatever is out, bragging around, even he goes to a function and they announce, no mukuru gundi tulina ye, and people, humiliations, people shout, oh, they're eager to see that kind of shameless character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to set precedents that people will not, gundi ali mukomera vunda. Why? Then people will fear. But if you have laws and you don't set precedents, who will fear?
People need to be held accountable
if a person
for whatever they
brag
do.
and say, I've even taken this action, then you're invited to social events as a hero. There is a lady here who's, and she be, even they were advertising, nowhere good, you know, no.
Well, overcoming sexual immorality in Uganda seems to be quite a journey that we need to embark on fully, all right? Because I must say that immorality status here in Uganda is in mayhem, and we really need to disband it. It's not something that we can really be very proud of. And clearly, this is a struggle for everyone. It's not only for the legalities or the people in the legal circles, but also for you, the civilian, you as a Ugandan, you as a parent, you as a child, you as a person of mind, of a sane mind, okay? You need to have a high sense of discernment. You know what is right, you know what is wrong. Otherwise, we are headed for quite a terrible future, if I put it that way. Well, that's it for this morning, and definitely we still have a lot coming up. We'll be giving you the papers, the headlines, what's happening in the press review that will be in shortly, and of course we will also be giving you more from climate and the weather forecast, and we still have a lot of conversations giving you what to do, options, a buffet of options from which you can choose on how you can engage yourself during this entire weekend, and a whole lot of very special announcements that we are yet to make as Good Morning Uganda Friday special still goes on with the trio. We'll be back.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jingati drink and Alleluia Tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Affordable packages, great entertainment,
sports, local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Go TV, this is where our stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, the press review is in and we kick it off with the Daily Monitor. The big story over there, we're looking at Museveni's barter trade with Iran. Of course, this is in light of a new partnership the system president proposed during a meeting with Iranian leaders back on Wednesday and would bypass the global banking system, which predominantly uses the United States dollar as one of the ways of boosting trade with sanctions. Still in more news in the Daily Monitor, ray of hope as Mulago conducts knee surgeries. This is quite a milestone, I must say. And we're looking at the pictures over here. Doctors operating on a patient to replace a damaged knee with an artificial one at Mulago National Referral Hospital Theatre. This was yesterday. And still in more news, experts reveal risks of ARVs in pox buds as well. So grab yourself a copy, you don't want to miss this. And also looking at British Premier resigns. Of course, we're talking about Boris Johnson, who pledged to stay on as Prime Minister until a successor is chosen. But of course, the Tory MPs say he has to leave. Wow. Machines replace 80 NSSF workers. Another story that really could be interesting for you this morning. There is also a scoop pull out for your full-on entertainment news and information. Now, moving on to the second page, Speaker asks universities to prioritize practical courses. And of course, this is Anita among the Right Honorable with Victoria University officials. Same sentiments being shared amongst them. Taking you back in history, today Amin warned students on politics. The year was 1971. And still today in history, North Korea's Kim II-sung dies. And again, the year was 1994. Who was this man? What did he do? Why are we talking about him? All these questions definitely can be answered if you get yourself the Daily Monitor this Friday morning.
Well, we can see the new vision as well, and of course starting off with the government to buy shillings 200 billion stake in Rocco. All that is detailed on page 7 of the new vision. And in the series, undercover scribe stuck at hostel. That's within the spotlight. I think that's interesting right there. But also the big headline, 110 district accounting officers are sacked. That is on page 2 of the new vision. Who is that? Not complainant. They have even given you a list of the districts, and there is more inside. But the big picture right there, Museveni hails Iran for health support. They give you President Museveni right there with some of the members of the Iranian delegation. That is right there. Well, looking into more in the new vision, still talking about UK Prime Minister quits. Details are on page 34. And glowing tributes, Professor Drazoa laid to rest. That is also detailed on page 5. But also commercial court, Wavamono bails out son over debt. That is also detailed on page 10 of the new vision. Cancer treatment, Uganda to reform fast bone marrow transplant. And of course, that is also detailed on page 3 of the new vision. Now, crossing over to the second page, they give you the 110 accounting officers that have been fired. The list is out there, but also giving you more. If any accounting officer tells you that, inform me and I will fire them. Who is saying that? That is Ramadan Gobi right there, giving his perspective on that. And of course, details of that story are on the second page as well. The status of submission of local government draft budget estimates for financial year 2022 and 2023, that is also laid out for you right there on the second page.
And moving on to the Daily Monitor Sports, tennis, Wimbledon, of course, in the light of history maker, Tunisian third seed Jabel became the first Arab player to reach a Grand Slam singles final in the Open era as she beat German mother of two, that is Tatiana. And again, killing machine Kiwanuka back against Argentine in Soroti today, and we're looking at the main fights rounds. Of course, these are 10 rounds we are talking about, and crested cranes each for the perfect game. We're looking at the Women Africa Cup of Nations and how Uganda is definitely trying to make their stand. And also Nkore Atrinda get Commonwealth Games green light. All that in the Daily Monitor Sports this morning. Well, crossing over to the New Vision Sports, we look at who takes Villa job. Quite a story that has been on very many lips this week. Lutalo urges his team to fight on, and we're of course still looking at women's AFCON highlights and of course how they are scheduled to be playing today. I will pound that head. A message coming in from Kiwanuka, who is really not scared of meeting a man with more experience than him in the ring. And of course, again, this is in light of Universal Boxing Council heavyweight title fight, which will be going down today, so you don't want to miss out on that as well. And again, could the Crested Cranes have done better? This is a question whose answers you will get in the New Vision this Friday morning. Well, while you are getting all these stories, of course, in the new Daily Monitor and, of course, the New Vision, you can also catch up on the climate stories that will be coming in just in a few from Mollen. But before we head there, also it's quite important that we know what's happening over there in Kenya. In the Daily Nation, Decision 2022, the chaos at IEBC, questions to Wafula Chebukati that really need to be answered, and the Daily Nation, of course, brings you a full detail of that. But we are also looking at Boris Falls, giving you the whole detailed story story and the end of an era. Talking about British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. How Kenya Revenue Authority netted record 2 trillion Kenyan shillings in taxes. That story gives you the details as well. And the 10 questions to Wafula Chebukati, you need to see how they were put down there. Why, how, when, all this is fully involved in these 10 questions. Now, you can get the full story about this man and his responses. Well, moving on to climate, Mollen, what are we looking at right now?
Well, we look at what is happening across the country for this morning in terms of weather. And of course, let me tell you one thing, Philomena, that is quite hard in a forecasting world is forecasting a rainy day in a dry season. And yesterday, we actually did that, the morning forecast that we gave for the rains across Lake Victoria. And people were asking me, Mollen, you've been talking about dry weather. How could you have seen that coming? Well, I have to boast about the profession. It comes with a lot and the experience. And of course, knowing that the science is there to guide you. And obviously, that's what we do. But, well, looking at what is happening today, still we're going through with the dry season. However, there are some areas within the country that are still expected to have a little bit of rains. And tapping in from the satellites that are overlooking Uganda right now, we do have mostly cloudy weather that is across mostly the northern part of the country towards parts of Karamoja region. Why you see the white colors right there, those are the clouds that are starting to develop. And of course, we do expect most rains to develop over there. That will be stretching in from the Karamoja region towards the central part of northern Uganda. That is across Padel, Gulu, Kitgum. You can expect to have those rains your way for this morning. And also for West Nile, as we head towards the afternoon, we might be dealing with most of those rains. Now, still, we do have rains in the forecast for areas across Lake Victoria, but for now, we are seeing mostly sunny weather coming through. We do have a mix of clouds that is also in there, but we'll be looking more into that, looking at what is expected for today, and of course, as we head into the weekend, and of course, we'll be tapping in from some of the medium range forecast for Africa that are showing what will be happening. That is looking from what we're expecting for this weekend. And of course, tapping through that, we're seeing mostly we do have some of those rainy conditions still expected to continue. That is across the northern part of the country. That stretches all the way towards Karamoja as well. That is where we do expect more rains coming through, and also towards parts of eastern Uganda. That is where, if you could see the blue colors right there, that is indicative of the rains that we are expecting. Now, that also crosses over to West Nile, parts of Arua, Yumbe, heading over to, areas within Midwestern Uganda. That's where we do expect some rains. Now, if you look closely also towards Lake Victoria, areas of Jinja, and that also takes in a little bit of Kampala and Mukono right there, we do have some small blue colors right there. That is indicative that today we might also be having rains over there that has been highlighted. But how about as we head into tomorrow, we look into more of the GFS forecast, that is medium range for Africa, looking through with more rains picking up now for northern Uganda. We see more rains picking up for parts of Gulu as well. And of course, that system in blue color right there stretching towards the Karamoja region as well, towards areas of Mount Elgon Highlands. We do have Mbale also highlighted right there. Could be dealing with rains by tomorrow. But also West Nile continues to perform in terms of wet weather conditions. Now, a little bit of blue colors to the Lake Victoria Basin, but also if you look at the color pattern, that is indicative that there could be just light rains, nothing to worry about, nothing to ruin your day. And the rest of the country in white there will be dealing with mostly dry and sunny weather. That is for your Saturday. But as we head into Sunday, it looks like mostly a repeat of Saturday. We'll still be dealing with those rains, especially for the northern parts of the country. Now, we see a little bit of reduction for West Nile. That is the lower side of West Nile, northwestern parts of the country. But again, there is more rains. There are more rains picking up for Mount Elgon Highlands. That is across Mbale. And we will be dealing with most of those still stretching towards the Karamoja region. That is where we do expect more rains to come through. And also still the Lake Victoria Basin being highlighted with having most of those light showers, but those will be mostly scattered across several places, especially those close to Lake Victoria. And of course, that takes in islands, for example, those of Kalangala, where we have had quite some rains also for yesterday, but we'll be having more of those coming through for Sunday. So generally, it looks like the northern parts of the country continues to have those rains. and we look more into most of those systems that are developing, stretching all the way from the northern parts of the continent that extends South Sudan. That is the system that is affecting the northern area. However, we still have a reduction for much of the country, especially for the southern sector, stretching from the weaknesses that we do have still within our pressure systems that normally affect our weather. And of course, we do still have that tropical storm that is a low pressure center over the Indian Ocean that is highlighted in red, orange, red and green right there. That is the one that is responsible for taking away most of the rains that we could be experiencing for most areas within the country. But as that system goes away, we might see a pickup, but that is later next week as we look at more of those systems moving away. Well, that is it in terms of weather and what you can expect for your weekend. So while you plan through, you might need to also consider the weather within there. But at least we've established that much of that will not be affecting, whatever you have planned, especially if you're, in southern sector or even around Lake Victoria, where we did forecast some of those light rains. So nothing much. You can go ahead and enjoy your weekend. Well, we still have more coming your way, of course, giving you tips on entertainment and what you can expect. Obviously, there is a big announcement for today. You cannot wait. But for now, we will take a short break and we will be back with more of that. And of course, Philomena will be here with me. We take a look into what you can expect for the weekend.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jingati drink and Alleluia Tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Affordable packages, great entertainment,
Sports, local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Go TV, this is where great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
This is Good Morning Uganda. This is Good Morning Uganda. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, this is one of my favorite moments every single Friday. You know why? Because Mollen has some good news that is always coming out of her mouth, because she's giving me options, and definitely she's giving you options as well.
Yeah.
You love yourself a good movie.
Yeah.
Mollen will be delivering. She will be telling you what to look out for the series, to make a follow-up on a book to read for the book lovers. So Mollen, please open the buffet. What do we have for this Friday?
Guess what? I'm glad you talked about series. Now, sometimes we just need to keep a track on the trailers that have just dropped.
Yes.
And sometimes you just have to watch it and know what to expect. And guess what? If you did enjoy How to Get Away with Murder, now Viola Davis,
yes,
the main actress in that series, she's back.
Ooh.
And this time, she is doing one of the best series and movies, and I'm already looking out for it. Unfortunately, it's not coming out now. It's coming out in September. It has been slated for September 9th, but the trailer just dropped, and I just couldn't help it but just talk about it now. In this story, it's called The Woman King. It's a historical drama, and The Woman King talks about a historical epic inspired by true events that happened in the kingdom of Dahomey, one of the most powerful states in Africa, that is in the 18th and 19th century. Now, it's a storyline. If you enjoyed more of the Black Panther,
yes,
this is the kind of woman that you're looking at in The Woman King. But let's take a look into the trailer.
An evil is coming that threatens our kingdom, our freedom. But we have a weapon they are not prepared for.
My king, the Europeans wish to conquer us. They will not stop until the whole of Africa is theirs. We must fight back for our people.
Maneska, you are asking me to take them to war. War.
Some things are worth fighting for.
Don't know.
You are called to join the King's Guard. No kingdom in all of Africa shares this privilege. Train hard, fight harder. We fear no one. And we fear no pain. I offer you a choice. Fight or we die.
For war, where you
To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
We are the spear of victory. We are the blade of freedom.
Well, featuring Finn Tiffin right there as well, and of course you have John Boyega. Now, John Boyega is best known for the Star Wars movies, that black young man who was playing in Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and a lot of those. And of course, Hero Tiffin as well, known for the After movies, After series, After We Collided, After We Fell. A young man right there. But interesting for me is how Viola Davis is getting this action. I only saw her in the lawsuits with How to Get Away with Murder, but seeing her in action, this is one to look out for. But talking about one to look out for, we're having a lot of black women now getting into the action, but also the movies. Now, Keke Palmer is back. And obviously with her movies, you can always expect a little bit of drama. Now, in the movie known as Nope, she's probably saying nope, but it's a horror and a thriller. Now, in this, the caretakers at the California Horse Ranch encounter a mysterious force that affects human and animal behavior. How they react to that is the story in there. But guess what? Who else is starring in this movie is Daniel Kaluuya, Wakabi. known as Wakabi from Black Panther. He's back, and he's teaming up with Kiki Palmer in this movie. And of course, this is one to look out for. Also soon coming in your theaters. And let's just take a look into the trailer, and you know what to expect from this duo.
You think whatever killed Pops is out there? What did you see?
It's big.
It's in the cloud.
It's fast. I couldn't really see him.
We need the shot.
What shot?
The shot. The money shot. Undeniable, singular, the Oprah shot.
The Oprah shot? Can it swivel up? A little more?
I mean, you guys aren't gonna tell me what's going on?
Hell no. There's something out here, and you're the only person in the world that can get it on film.
That cloud, they moved the goddamn inch.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
We saw it.
Holy hell.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
It's big. They mad. They want attention.
It's above us.
I don't think they take you. Maybe don't look at it.
Here it comes. Don't look. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look.
Okay, just mysterious things happening, and you wonder, what is that? I think that is the mystery that is being solved in Nope. That movie is also coming soon. But one of my highlights, the one I'm looking forward to today, Marvel is back. And when you talk about Marvel, there are some characters you just can't miss. We're talking about Thor. Thor is back. And in this movie, he's talking love and thunder. Well, Thor embarks on a journey unlike any other he has ever done before, a quest for inner peace. However, he takes this as a vacation. But that retirement gets interrupted by Gol, the god butcher, who is now looking seeking to kill all the gods. He's looking at an extinction of all gods, meaning that Thor has gotten a target on his back. Now, whether he survived this, we don't know. But also, we never forgot about Thanos. What is the fate of Thanos? And where does he come through with this movie? We're talking about Thor. And of course, it is premiering today in all your favorite cinema. And of course, you can look out for it. It is in Dolby, it is in 3D. You can imagine the amazing action in Thor. Now, this is one I would easily go for. I don't know that tickets are still available for today, but this is a good one. Of course, IMDb rating it at 7.2 over 10, and we have 4 over 5. That is by Games Radar. Obviously already on the radar, and of course that is starring Chris Hemsworth. He's best known for, of course, the Thor movies, but also being among the Avengers, and more of the Avengers also throughout that. They'll give you Loki, but guess who is playing this Loki in Thor? Matt Damon. Imagine Matt Damon as a Loki. That is all in there for you, but let's first take a look into the trailer.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been like? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Am I sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
So this is my vow.
All gods will die.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
It's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You are not like the other gods of kill.
Because I have something worth fighting for.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise. And flick.
Oh, you flicked too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, grape.
Your disguise. And flick.
Oh, you flicked too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, grape.
Very, very epic right there. And of course, when we're talking about Thor, you can imagine most of the people who love the Marvel series, obviously this is one to look out for. But obviously, we always give you a lot when it comes to Friday, not just the movies, but the books as well. Because not everyone is going to make it for the movie, or probably it's not your thing. But guess what? We do have one of the best books so far. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, this one, I'm not just quoting it for you, but we have the author in the building and the writer of this book. It is called Master of Your Future by Nagawa Michelle right here, who is with us today. And of course, premiering it right here on UBC. We always get the exclusives. And Nagawa, you're very welcome. And say good morning to our viewers. And of course, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning to our viewers.
Just one
My name is Michelle Nagawa. I am the author of Master of Your Future. I am a GIS analyst, a land surveyor, a lover of community empowerment through youth development. And I love, yes, just being me. I love a good laugh. And I love smiling and, having an opportunity to share my story.
Nice, nice. This is really good. And of course, having that profile, I'm like, yes, that's a lot of profile for a person. I don't know, I'm about to ask your age, but we are going to concentrate more about the book. And obviously, when you talk about, young authors in this country, we've seen a lot coming up and more people coming up with most of these books. But again, everything brings in perspective. When you have, a topic like this, Master of Your Future, they say never judge a book by its cover, but I'm already judging. I feel like this is a very inspirational piece. And of course, I would want to know what's behind this title.
That's a very, very good question. See, Master of Your Future is when we realized, when the pandemic hit, we all had the question of what next.
Yes.
And oftentimes with the what next comes what have you done to figure out what you can do next.
Yes.
So I realized that it's important for us as young people, as individuals out there, to realize that we have to take charge of our lives and, propel the future that we hope for. So that future does not depend on me, does not depend on me who is your neighbor, or does not depend on your parents or your siblings, but it is entirely up to you.
Yeah.
So that is why I wrote something to help guys to do self-development, take on self-growth, but start the journey within yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is very interesting. And it looks like this is basically a blueprint.
Yes.
And that is for young people who are looking forward to doing whatever you're doing, living in the 21st century. Just earlier we were talking about the millennials. This is the kind of century. So you need a blueprint, and this is what Michelle is giving you right here. Whatever we want, whatever we need, whatever we aspire to do, or whatever we aspire to want, if you focus, especially on self-growth,
yes,
then you can get it. This is all detailed in this book. But walk us through the chapters, chapter by chapter, just a brief summary. Okay. How do you start the journey? Where can we expect, as your reader, I would want to know, where does this, without giving me the spoilers, but what are all these chapters all about? Walk us through that.
So you find it's 5 chapters with subsections within. but it starts building the momentum from within and how you can expound to your environment. So you have to first find out, what am I made of? What is my core genius? What is that purpose that I aspire to do out there? And once you're done with that, it's time for you to expound and see what influence you can have within your community, within your society. But remember that as you explore that dimension, there's going to be criticism. And it could be positive or negative. I always encourage everyone to take on the positive criticism, because somebody means well. They're not saying you're doing badly. Yes, you're doing well, but you know, you
sometimes
could maybe do better.
It breaks you, like you're in the middle of something and then the criticism seems like maybe it's kind of negative. It is breaking my morale. No one wants the negative one.
If it's negative, trash it. Trash it, because in this world, you're going to have the pushers and the pullers, you know, as you're climbing the ladder. Those pulling you up with them, but they're those pushing you down. So you need to have that serenity, you need to have that strength, mind strength at that, to realize that yes, somebody has said something negative, but what do I take from this? And thereafter, you always have to realize that the world is about learning. The world is about new experiences. So you have to be teachable, you have to always listen, and you have to always have an opportunity to exercise compassion. Now, you find that Master of Your Future is not just about principles, it also has explanations. What do we mean when we say be teachable? You know, I've been able to work with different young people, and I've been acquainted with others, and these are individuals that are doing amazing work. So I do not want the book to be about Michelle. No, it's not. It's about these young people. If you think that maybe Michelle, I've seen you do it, so when you write about it, I can identify. I'm going to blow your mind and tell you, it's not only Michelle. You know, Trevor is out there doing this. So if she's doing it, if you don't want to use me as an example, then at least look at her. So, and then in the end, it also encourages that we need to start. You can read a book. I've read various books by Robert Greene, I've read books by Jack Canfield, you know, these are all inspirational writers. What made me exceptional is the fact that when they said that it doesn't matter, if you want to write a book now, write it. Because I had planned, I had put a goal, I'm going to write by 30. But an opportunity arose and I had to take it. So I started and did the work. So that is the difference. You could read as many books, have a library in your house, but if you do not start, execute that which you want to do, you're not going to move far. You're going to just have knowledge, and we don't know where to put it. Yes, and no one will ever know what you're made of.
Sure thing. And speaking of that, because I know like what you're saying is just now you having your character brought out in this book and you taking your own perspective. Now this is a challenge to many writers out there or people aspiring to write, because you feel like after reading all these books, you want to find your glitch in that, and then you end up, you know, losing it. But for you now, coming up with this book, how do you find the balance? How do you identify to what you're writing? And do you think maybe now your readers will be more interested in the book other than the author?
You see, I thank you for that question. I really believe this is what they always tell you. Whenever you're trying to do something, what is your niche? What is your talent? What are you passionate about? How you speak, what you write about says a lot to the kind of person you are. So do not try to emulate somebody else. Do not try to be something else. Yes? Try and keep within what you aspire for yourself. So you find that because I do a lot of community work, community outreaches, I work a lot with young people. I've started up a book club. It's called the Page Masters Book Club. I do research.
Let's tone it down right there. When you talk about book club, now there's one interesting thing about you know, having book clubs that I've found really interesting. And during my campus time, I was actually part of some of the groups, especially with poetry. You talk about, you know, you see people bringing out their different you know, characters and what they can do, and that is something that I've always asked people and authors to be involved in. Have most of these book clubs running. Have most of these groups, like be a part of something. And now for you, if you're telling me you're already part of this book club, how do you get there?
First of all, it's having the right team. I've always emphasized that it's important that the people around you understand your vision, understand your talents, and are able to propel you forward. But if you have individuals that are always taking and not giving,
it becomes derailing. So given that I'm a writer and author, I know what it means or what it takes to read or write.
Yeah.
And this is something I believe as young people we all need. So I did a call out to various individuals in my circles, and I had to keep the numbers very small for the start. It's important so to build momentum. And you find that it has been very helpful, not that they are reading, but the knowledge they're expounding. You find that people are very, very knowledgeable. Some are good at mining data, others are very good at disseminating information, and that is what we are looking out for. So the fact that I've focused, I sat down and realized that I don't have to do everything. No, I will use my matrix of influence and impact. What I'm influential in and impactful in, I will dig deeper and try to see how far I can go. What I'm influential in, but someone else can have more impact, I can delegate. And that which I shouldn't do, that will drain me and put me in a position where I'm just tired, I will let go. So it has been interesting because these are individuals I know. We have been able to put up various pages, so you make book summaries, and it's just amazing to see that we can build a reading and writing culture within the Ugandan system.
Well, that is really nice to build such a culture. But also, I want to specifically get back to the book. I see a lot of different kind of momentum, I want to say. In the book, you actually quote the Bible.
I do.
And talk about Moses and everything. Then from that, you have individuals who you're actually talking about their characters and their attitude. And that's from the male individuals and the female individuals. Now, I would, as a reader, I'm interested in knowing how all these are connected. In your perspective, what are you building in this book by bringing all these different aspects of life? And of course, now you're also highlighting characters of certain CEOs, and how that comes into your writing in this book.
If we're talking about self-growth, self-development, there are various principles that stay. So because I can say I'm 24 now,
You're comfortable saying out your age.
I'm comfortable saying my age. I have to enjoy the 21st century. But I started putting all this together when I was 22. So there have been various people before me that have gone through the experiences I've gone through, or have had something to say about a question I've had about life. So it becomes very important that you can document the core principle they implemented. It does not mean I'm getting their actions and putting them in the book. I'm just getting the principle. For example, I'm from Gayaza. I was in Gayaza for 6 years, Gayaza High, and we had an amazing headmistress. She's called Chisa. We used to call her Chisa. And Chisa would tell us, my girls, as you're getting out into the world, as you're getting to campus, I want you to stand out. How do you stand out? Look for the opportunity and look for those skills. She said it sets you apart when they call for a lecture, a seminar, and you're the one person there. That sets you apart a long way, as opposed to people that are in bed sleeping. You know how campus can be. I want to chill. I'll just go when I need to. But then they put up seminars and you're able to make it. She says, whatever you pick from there, there will be that pointer, or the person you meet will be in your network. And those are things that push us. So you find that her principle of make sure that you do the extra work, put in the work, be out there and try to look for avenues that set you apart. I want you to be apart from the others. That is a principle. It does not mean that maybe she's doing it now. No. But she experienced it at her age, which we were at then, and it has helped us. Because when I got to campus, every other time I would make sure I put myself in avenues that help me get knowledge or help me increase my network, or at least put something on table. And trust me, I have been able, it has paid off. I have been able to win grants. I've been able to travel and represent my profession. I've been able to be recommended for jobs easily because of my network. So that is what I hope that many young people out there can look out for. Like, do that initial step and everything else will fall in place.
That is very well put. But as we move to conclude, Michelle, also I know as a writer or someone who also loves reading, but is there a balance? Can you be a writer and you don't love reading?
I think it's hard. It's hard too, because you need to reference a lot.
So which means the reading is inevitable.
Reading is inevitable.
So I want to believe that you have had a lot of inspirations in the art of writing. And tell us more about your inspirations and what got you here.
I've been inspired by, really, Jack Canfield's books have been very, very inspirational. Right now we are delving into Robert Greene. We have gotten into various readers and, writers. And you know, the genre you want to focus on propels you, is magnetic to what you want to write about. So you find, if I'm a person who is looking out for self-growth, self-development, making it in life, like what is life all about? What is the nature of the human people, or, you know, basically if your era is in that kind of scope, those are people you're going to be drawn to. So there are very, very many writers out there, and sometimes it's the title I'm looking out for, sometimes it is the author. But either way, I keep my options open, because if I limit myself, I might miss out on the bigger picture in other books. Yes, so it's just generally the genre that I look out for.
And I'm glad you talked about the genre, because I know that we are in, again, taking back to the 21st century, where I think most of the writing right now is based on fiction and imagination. And sometimes writers just have a way of, you know, bringing the balance between fiction, imagination, and reality. And I'm glad that in your book you talk about experience with the head teacher, because that is reality for you. It's not an imagination, but also give out that inspiring, you know, kind of nature into the young writers, people who are aspiring. What would be, you know, your notes to the people who are aspiring to go into this, and how do they get balance between, you know, the reality, the imagination, and the fiction that is now actually taking over all the writing?
I think do not try to be different personalities. Please ensure that you keep aligned. Do not break yourself into different people. I'm different when I'm a writer. I'm different when I'm at work. Try to encompass all your talents, all your passion into one, and let us see all that beauty. Because I know there are so many people that are very comic, like they're very good at giving people a good laugh. So why don't I come up with a comic book? You know, we shall really see your voice, we shall hear your voice as much as it's reading in there. So why don't you, if you love speaking, why don't you, you know, bring that out in a book? We will identify more with you and know your story, as opposed to something that is coming from God knows where.
Well, find your line, find yourself. That is the message I am getting from Michelle. But your parting shots, and also tell us where we can get copies of this book.
Perfect. So we have the online copies on Kobo. You could search, it's just an online platform. We do have copies with myself, the author, and also at Chintu Press. So you can just reach out and we can deliver. And my parting shots are, please just take charge, do what you can, live life, you know. But as you live life, and when you have so many questions, just dig deeper within yourself. I also maybe want to thank our viewers that have been able to listen in. I want to send special shout outs to my workmates. I'm certain they are on, because they're like, Michelle, we shall be glued. So Joseph, Mose, Mary, Irina, I want to say a big thank you to all the support I've had from my family, my mom and siblings, and also to a special friend, Emma, who has always been, he's that person who is your champion, like cheerleader, you know, like you got this, whatever I want to do, go for it. So I'm very grateful to all my friends from school, from work. Thank you.
Well, that is nice. Master of Your Future, of course, a book of hope, hard work, and optimism. This is the one we are giving you for today, challenging you to go back to the beginning and, of course, understand what your vision is and what you aspire to be. That is all for you, Master of Your Future. You can get yourself a copy, and, of course, that is through Michelle Nagawan, what she has mentioned before. Well, it is Friday. Still a lot coming through. Now, there is a next chapter after this, and this you should be excited. You should really be excited. You can tell that I'm already excited about it. But we'll get into that right after this break.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift, buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Success.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. In the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
What the book packages, great entertainment, sports, local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Everybody, Go TV. This is where our best stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift, buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jingati drink and Alleluia Tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Kirabo using to Gabane. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial star 175 hash or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift, buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
Jennifer, Jukila, Lewagamba, I don't have waka. You bust the eyes through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Jambola be waka, look at you waka, see my waka.
Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, Uganda. Friday special is officially in. Thank you for being with us as Ali is right about now. It is the 8th of July 2022. Another great Friday, probably the second Friday of this month of July. I don't know if my mathematics is doing the right thing, but I want to believe it is. My name is Philomena Mastiko. Look at us, it's been quite a heavy week with a lot happening in every corner of Uganda. But again, us being on a Friday, it never stops things happening. Even when we get into the weekend, things will keep happening. But again, you can sit, relax, because we'll be giving you a whole lot. Now, this is going to be a special Friday indeed, because there is a lot we're going to be talking about. And there's quite a lot that we are going to be revealing to you. Something amazing, something beautiful. Probably you've seen it, probably you've not seen it before. All that is going to be today. So you really want to stick around. I wouldn't want you to miss out on whatever it is we have to relay unto you. Well, I am joined by Kirabo, Nyonyintono, of course, the man in the house, and the beautiful Mollen, Kenyana. We are here to give you a full-packed Friday, and you can, you know, sit and trust us. Like, friend, wait, hold on. What happened to the morning hours? And someone is going to confidently tell you, I will kneel down in my bedroom, say a short prayer, and that's okay. That's good enough. But is it though? Is it though?
Is it though? It's not. And you know, one thing that people mistake for, you know, being in church is when they pray at home, then they know that it's an equivalent for being in church and being prayerful. I think it's not. Yes, you can be at home, pray in the morning, pray in the evening. It's not the same thing. Go to church. Be able to even give that offertory. I mean, some of these things that are done in church, the culture in church, is something that shapes your faith or, you know, what you believe in. For example, can we talk about the issue of tithe?
Yes.
Do you know there are many people out there who go to church on Sunday, and specific because they pick them out. I think I haven't gone to church in a long time. Let me just go to church. Yes. They forget about tithe. When do people consider to give out tithe? It's a huge problem.
When you're planning to go to church, you should always think about tithe. Do not, some of them really act like they have forgotten about it. But please put quite, you know, an interesting amount of money on the side, because I mean, I know we spend quite lots of money on other things. So if you put like a 10K on the side, okay, yeah, you plan for the tithe, they will start asking for the basket, and then they still start looking around as if you hadn't planned for this. Guys, if you're going to church, also plan for tithe. It's very, very important. But also one thing you need to plan for definitely are the sports. We need to know what's happening. The women, the crested cranes, how are they doing? Are you happy with the performance, Mollen, before Ruben comes in to give us the full scores and details of all?
Well, I was looking at the statements from Lutalo, the coach of the women, and he's saying, no, I'm confident with my squad. Whatever plans I'm doing, they are good. They are just learning. This is a learning period. And I'm like, learning period? We are at AFCON. We need results. So I think, yes, it's a learning period, and the coach is doing all the best that he can do. However, I am personally not happy with the results. However, I know it's also hard luck having, competing at that level. But we expect more, and that's what we're still wanting. So enough from what we're hearing. We need something. We need something.
Well, Ruben is coming in to tell us how we are doing, from the sportsman's point of view. For a man who is fully interested in sports, but he never takes fully actively part in them. He will tell you everything about soccer, basketball.
He claims he did basketball, but I think that's just a default because of his height. I feel like because of his height, he says it as a default so that we can buy and say it's true he did basketball, but I don't even believe he did it.
Well, Ruben is a man of very many stories. I don't even want to, I don't know if I should believe him or not, but well, if he says he played basketball, who am I to say no? He'll probably tell you, you see, when you were in school, that is when I was fully active on the court and, doing all this and that. But I don't know, maybe I need to hear it from the horse's mouth. Mr. Ruben, did you actually play basketball, or you're just here to tell us lies?
Depends on which level of basketball.
Please, educate me.
Mollen is right. Maybe I didn't play basketball competitively, but school level, I played some basketball.
Were you the best?
And no, I wasn't the best. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the best, but I tried to play some basketball because of the size and the love for the game.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't the best player.
You were not the best.
But I was somewhere.
But you would go and confuse
somewhere in between best and worst.
On the court.
Between there.
And soccer?
No, soccer wasn't my thing. I honestly speaking, but I played some rugby. I played for Doyle.
You did?
Yes,
you
I
played
did play some rugby. Yeah.
I
was playing as what they call a fly half. So I played that, but I was knocked in the ribs here by a guy called Zito Alex.
You can't even forget the name. It was that huge.
No, we had beef. Me and him had beef in the class. So he knocked me down and said, hey, you have got your share. But anyway, good to be here. How have you been?
Good. I cannot complain. How have you been? I'm trying to learn Kiswahili, as the week goes by. I'm trying to
Which
get...
Swahili? The one of Uganda or the coastal Swahili?
The one of Uganda.
Okay, the one of Chapatia Chakula. That's Swahili.
The one of Pesa.
But anyway, you did mention about the Crested Cranes team.
Yes.
For me, whatever the coach talks is a kind of rubbish. I mean, when you take a team to a tournament, you don't say we are here to learn. You don't say that as a coach.
Yes.
You might have a few players who are young and you say that, okay, we are trying to bring out Ruben, who is not experienced, but we have Philomena, who has experience. We have Felix Nkunda, who can play this, who can do that. So you mix experience and youth, and that's how you can defend your bad results. But you can't lose 2 games and you still tell us that it's a learning experience.
Yes.
I mean, you've got to, there are teams that go for the first time and come back home with a trophy. What about such teams anyway? But the team plays today against Burkina Faso, and if we beat Burkina Faso or get that 1 point, maybe you can qualify as a 3rd place team for the quarterfinals. Anyway, but yesterday we had games. South Africa took on Burundi, and the game ended 3-1 in favor of South Africa. Nigeria beat Botswana by 2-0. What a game from the Eaglets, whatever they're called. Anyway, but today we have a couple of games that will be played at 11 p.m. We have Morocco taking on Senegal.
Because when it comes to delivery, 100% is what we are bringing on to the table. Well, good morning, Robert. How are you doing? I see you all clad in the maroon shirt. You're looking sharp. What's happening this morning?
It's a Friday, and when we talk about Fridays, you just know I'm always happy during Fridays. I'm always excited to end the weekend. because I'm bringing an end a week. For example, this week.
Yes.
It began with good news. That is when we saw the arts teachers going back to teach after meeting with the Excellency. This week also brought in Kiswahili, being compulsory. Now people are going to sit Yune, Bukata, what? And what is going to happen is you have to sit a paper of Kiswahili. Yes. But also public servants. Government is working around to ensure that they also begin learning Kiswahili.
Yes.
Members of parliament. But on the other side, interesting comes in the speaker warning ministers and saying she's going to write to His Excellency on absenteeism. So I want to say it has been a week of mix. There's joy. There's some bit of where you wonder, why would a minister absentee themselves? Yeah. You have 80 of them. And now you come to win, you can't even have 3.
They're very, very consistent, by the way, when it comes to absenteeism. At least that is the one thing they have tried to execute 100%, being very absent.
This week, I'm excited because Sunday, I think I'm going to get either half a goat, half a camel at my place because
you know, Robert, you shouldn't raise your expectations. You know, keep them at bay. Keep them at bay. You never know.
I have Nasa Mukasa. There are so many.
No. Well, as Robert is still planning and trying to get back to his phone book and look for all these names, I really wish you good luck with that. But I need to know from Mollen if she shares the same sentiments. Good morning, Mollen.
A very good morning to you, Philomena and Robert. Well, I would say good luck to Robert as well. But it is a Friday, and I want to say good morning to you, our viewers out there. Thank you very much for having kept it with us just from Monday to Friday. Well, you know, Friday brings in a different vibe, and that's for sure what we're all about, knowing that there is a lot happening. Well, they leave alone the politics, but there is also a lot happening with entertainment. And right from all the drama that goes around, I don't know what is happening, and so far, how far the Spice Diana thing has gone, but we want to dissect into that as well. And see also some of the morality in the music industry, not just in the music industry, but celebrities. It seems like we don't have the moral ground. Do we need Father Rokodo to have left some kind of legacy and someone taking this on? Because I feel like at this point we are deteriorating.
You really think we need a replica of the late? Probably they will drive the point home in making sure that morality gets back into the country. We were starting to get in line, but now I feel like we are moving up and about.
It looks like no one took on that role after, you know, we lost him.
So boss is might be thinking from the past. You can't refuse a team like Manchester and stay at Brentford unless you have a problem with you as a player. And if a big club comes calling, you've got to weigh up your ambitions and know where to go. So I don't think Eriksen will play for Brentford anymore. Much as he's 30, he would want to finish his career on a high. So I expect him to be signing for Man U the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I have some messages here. I'll see 1 or 2 on Twitter. Orekene says that, good morning, Ruben. The coach is considering failure in a wrong way. You cannot go for a tournament to learn. You got to win games and the trophy. Shame upon him. That's what me. That's from Kenneth Orwe. Yes, you see, you don't tell us that you Smanya I'm here. Oh,
could it be maybe because Ruben, you had high expectations, and not just only you, like all Ugandans, they actually thought the Crescent Cranes are going to do wonders, but after seeing these results, they might be disappointed. So do you think maybe there is also some anger attached to it?
No, there's too much expectations from the coach, the team.
Yes.
So when the team fails, the coach is actually slaughtered by the fans.
Okay.
But I can hear them. I can hear people. I mean, of sport unites a country.
Absolutely.
So they would love to see the Crescent Queens girls win. But of course, you are in a group that has Morocco, Senegal, and Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
What can you do? You cannot do much.
Yes.
Anyway, but that's it from sports, Philomena. Maybe unless otherwise. But any approach for Friday?
Well, we were still there, 50-50. I haven't yet made a decision yet. But
the assignment, Philomena.
The assignment, I am going to fulfill it 100%. They say you need to have hope and faith in humanity, and I mean that's the message you are spreading out there. But I must say there is a lot going on right now. But there is one thing that I'm really so excited about that I'm going to be sharing with you, and of course myself, Mollen. Now listen, we have been telling you that you know, we are making quite a very great revealing, okay, of this person. Like I said, you probably know him. You probably don't know him. Maybe a new face. Maybe you have never. Maybe the face looks familiar. Maybe you're trying to make out a picture. You know, all that. But the moment when you see this person, you will know what we're talking about. Mollen, are you excited?
That is an understatement.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. I am super excited. To say excited will be watering down the kind of momentum that is building here.
You're overwhelmed with feelings of joy.
What a Friday, what a Friday.
Absolutely. I mean, this is why they call it a Good Morning Uganda Friday special.
Yeah.
It is special for a reason. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we need a drum roll? Like,
we need drum rolls. I don't know who is going to be acting as, I don't know if you can do that so well.
Yeah. Okay, so we will do the drum roll. Slowly, just here.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, okay, we have been waiting for this moment for quite a while. Whether you whether you say yes, whether you said no, there is one great person that we would love to reintroduce. Okay, he's been away for a while. He or she has been away for a while. Okay, for quite a while, and you know, we've been having conversations here and there, but now they are back. Sharper, okay, with the, I think even wiser. You know, when you go away for a while, you have to come back with a lot of wisdom that you want to teach us. Ladies and gentlemen, I am I don't want to say introduce. I am reintroducing the man himself. Drum rolls, please. Well, look at him, all shining and glowing. Mollen, you don't even want to say hello to that man.
Oh my God. You're welcome. You're here.
I'm here.
Sharp and revamped and everything. Why is that?
At least the one thing that really
I'm wondering why Philo was like, either he or she, I don't know if that's part of the change.
I think that's the kind of momentum she was building, the mystery, but the mystery is done now.
Hi Felix, how are you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
You look so good. Thank you so much. Oh yes, you do.
Not
Where
more
have
than
you
the two of you. I've been there admiring the two of you.
This man with his words.
Absolutely.
How have you
I'm
been?
very happy to be here.
Oh yes, we missed you so much.
I missed you more, absolutely.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah,
look at him.
Look
at him. Don't make me blush.
Your bad day. What have you seen? Tell us. We are readily waiting for you.
Well, first and foremost, I'm really happy to be back. I'm very excited.
Yes.
I'm quite over the moon, I must say, to be back with the team. Where I've been, long story. It's been a long story, but I made it back, so I guess
great.
I can't wait to find my way
around
the
team. You kind of know your way around.
I'm here thinking I should have worn maybe probably heels. I should have got a nails. It's like now he's taller and I have to look up to him like this.
No, but
he's taller.
Tell you what, something else I also noticed about people that Ruben normally talks of being.
Yes.
Just say short. We shall agree. Just say short.
They have their own strengths. Yeah,
absolutely.
So clearly, I know.
Mollen,
I won't take that personally. I won't take that personally because it's a Friday and he's a newbie.
Yes. Well, I was telling him earlier on, you realize right now that you're the baby on the team.
Yeah,
okay.
He's obviously the
not
newbie.
literally the baby, but yes, you're the newbie on the team. But yeah, you
really?
Yes.
Rocky.
You're the Rocky.
But I'm happy to be here.
Felix Felix is going to be joining us officially again on the Good Morning Uganda team. Well, for those of you who are sending in messages missing him, actually I saw a lot of love that was coming in from social media on Twitter. You know, when you had just left us for a short while, people were asking, where is the man with the glasses? Oh yes,
Not the beard?
and I didn't have the right questions. So my excuse or my response was always, well, he's, you know, just on a short commercial break, but he'll be back, he'll be back. So as you can see, my words have come to pass.
Absolutely.
The man with the glasses is definitely back.
Yeah. Definitely, but as I said, of course, quite a lot of things have been happening around the world, and even back home here, lots of things have changed for the time I've not been around, but I guess we're just going to pick it up from where we left it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we expecting? Because you cannot just run away. Yes, I have to ask this question. You can't run away like that, and now you come back. Definitely there are new things I'm pretty sure you're bringing on board. What do we expect? Oh, Good Morning Uganda family.
I mean, Good Morning Uganda has always been the beacon of morning vibe, and of course we're just going to be pulling on top of the peak of the same, so the expectations just the best of it. I wouldn't want to.
You don't want to give them a teaser. You know, it's not something you're looking into
keep
right
the
now.
best for later. Absolutely,
The vibe is obviously there. He's coming in with the vibe. And of course, actually from the comments I was getting over, where is Felix? I think they were missing his vibe. There is the way he just brings in Friday, and you're like, okay, the music. He's friends with a lot of, when we're talking about musicians here, I was like, I wish Felix was in this panel. Because most of these are his friends. He
knows his way around the
so we get the information from the right source. He's always the source. He's close to them. He will know exactly what is happening with Spice Diana's situation right now.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
Speaking of which, what do you think about the Spice Diana situation? I mean, we have seen she's been taken to police because apparently somebody was murdered, you know, at her house. And then, I mean, there is a lot of conversations. Of course, Ugandans have expressed their opinions differently, but what's your take on that?
Well, let me say this. You see, musicians lack lots of mentorship.
Yes.
Like people like Spice Diana, and I say this with due respect, like any other musician, talk about the likes of the Gravities, even the Chameleons of this world, the Vehicles. No one prepared them for the fame they've got to.
Yes.
So they're prone to sliding, and that's some of the ways musicians or any or celebrity slides on their fame now. Those things happen. For example, what company do you keep? They're talking about bodyguards, did this and all this kind of thing. So it's a little bit hard because you get caught up in the mess, yet you shouldn't be caught up in the mess. Why would you work with people who are harming? Like all these kind of questions. Like for me, I feel that musicians in Uganda don't have a lot of mentorship, and that's a big challenge. Absolutely, yeah. So fame comes in as a shocker.
Yes.
And now that is the problem. That's why you see most of Ugandan artists, like, one, they dress weirdly, they speak weirdly, they don't have good PR, they don't like all these kind of things because no one prepares them for fame. But like, when was the last time you heard people like Justin Bieber say anything?
They make actually calculated statements. They know what to
people
say,
like
when to say.
Boys to Men have been in this industry for about now 25 years, but you've never heard anything about them. You don't even know their children, you don't even know their wives, because they are well managed and mentored and all. So fame here is like you sing a song, today we are here with NASA, and tomorrow you can be a superstar. Now, dealing with that is the problem. But when sort of like Europe or any other sort of like jurisdiction, people prepare. You take steps to fame. So by the time you're famous, you know how to handle, you know, the challenges. You have people to assist you. You have like management over 30 people. But here, you have one manager who sometimes is your boyfriend, and that kind of thing, so.
But I think that's where we are really getting it so wrong. And you're very right. Even this whole ideology of management, do you know that there are certain celebrities in Uganda who don't believe in the power of management? They actually think, that guy is just here for the money. I don't see what he's doing. Actually, not all of them. There are just few people who have understood. They know the whole point of having a manager. They know where they stand. They know that they are in the limelight. So they know the need to have these people around them. But for our own artists here, we'll give you one song, two songs, and then...
And they're all over the place.
Themselves. You see artists here who are doing their own PR. You're like, no, this doesn't
not
work.
right.
You need to build your brand.
Like there's a situation that happened with Juliana, remember? With is it that, what's that guy of Tusker or something?
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw Juliana on TV.
Yes.
He was up. I'm like, you don't.
It shouldn't be you.
Someone needs to be doing that.
That's the thing.
You're a big name, and
I think that adds to what the drama that we're having recently also with the Music Association. And everyone is just trying to vibe out now. They're saying this, you artists, have a little bit of respect. And yesterday I was actually getting the statement that, Kamilin was saying. He says, no, I'm too busy. I don't want to run the association. So even people who are like big names are saying, no, but there's a lot of drama right there. That's because they're not respecting themselves.
I was part of one of the discussions with that association, and was suggesting that, how about you don't need an artist to run this? Does someone have to be an artist to run musicians? And this was a big conversation. But then one of the veterans, that is Mr. Matovu of Afrigo, tells us that, tell you what, no one can handle the mess and disorganization of musicians. No one has that patience. Like, because everyone feels that they are a superstar. So now, they will look down. Even someone who has quota a song will come and start saying Zenyinahiti, that mess. So it's a bit tricky.
Well, it's really sad, because if we continuously see the disorganization, the mess in the Uganda Musician Association, and it's not even only cut out for the entertainment industry, even everywhere. When we look at our government MDs, it's a different story. It's just mayhem. Absolute mayhem, and we need to disbandle it. Again, it comes from the change of the what? The mindset.
Absolutely. Before someone eats the mindset,
before the money is misused, it has to be put to use, and we see how we can change our mindsets. I mean, we need to start prioritizing organization, structure, systems. You know that this is how I'm supposed to do that. If I want to be a leader in this given entity, these are the protocols I'm supposed to follow. So it doesn't hurt. Structural systems are very necessary, and the moment you accustom yourself to them, you will realize how better your life becomes, how the government will become better, and how the country really gets into that organization mode.
Philo, I heard you talk about church. I think it's something we need to talk about more often, because you talked about morals. I think there is something that is also missing. It's a result of everything we see today has something to do with how we sort of like created a big gap between God and who we turn out to be.
Yes.
Like sometimes talent management has a lot to do with the Bible. If you do remember some of those parables of the Bible, like, you know, all these are God's gifts.
Yes.
Yeah. Now people, if they don't understand that the talents they hold are godly, they can never respect them. They'll use them in the wrong way. So I was just thinking about you when I heard you guys talk about Mollen, about church and all those sort of things. So I think also in terms of managing talent, and so it's important that people understand the value of God's placement in how you run your talent. Like, you're executing a godly given mandate.
Because this is not a talent that you just possessed out of the blue.
Because
it has an
if
origin.
it was that easy, then everyone else would have it. But because it's a little bit, you know.
There has been a huge disconnect between people and their faith. And that's why I'm saying that there are a lot of morals in church, cultures in church that will build your faith, just not you attending church. And of course, not you looking into the screen every Sunday and think you're doing church. That is a disconnection. That is where we're going to get it wrong. So people, I think the message is clear now from the three of us. Felix is adding to that. Go to church.
And give tithe. Don't get tired of giving offertories.
Give tithe.
How did you tell Mollen to give 10,000? That's not tithe, man.
No, tithe is a tenth of what I'm earning.
That means you're earning.
No, we did not give that as an example. We said at least set out money such that you do not.
People give the smallest money in church. If you've seen people, if they get like a bunch and have like 2,000, 10,000, they always pick a cut 2,000.
For offertory. Maybe that is offertory.
Even if it is offertory, let's choose to give God the best. Remember the offertory, that story about Cain and Abel?
Yes.
So when you're doing offertory, and actually the Old Testament brings it much better, that we always used to give the fatty the best of,
yes,
of the beat of our offering. Like you don't take a lame lamb to offer to go. Anyway, don't worry, you can just
people do jawlo on God's money.
Yes, and it's sad, man. It's sad.
Human nature.
When you go to church, give something worthy of God.
Go to church and please 10,000. Apparently, that's too little
for offertory.
Yeah, for offertory, depending on who is even offering it. But guys, you need to be real. This man or whoever this person is, or this spirit, definitely they give you a lot, and it doesn't hurt, because when you give away, you'll get even more. At least I believe in that. I know Felix believes in that as well. I know that Jagenda believes in that as well. I know Mollen believes in that as well. Anyway, look at us. Time for us. We love you, but we have to leave you. You got up as early as 6 with us, and for sticking it all the way from Monday till Friday. The weekend is definitely here. So as you go out there to, have fun, make sure you also go get vaccinated. If you got one shot, look for the nearest health public facility and get that second dose. And again, enjoy responsibly in whatever you do. We would really want to start the new week with you. As we go, Mollen, do you have any, weekend message for the people?
Well, enjoy responsibly. Of course, if you're vaccinated, doesn't mean you can't get sick. So still, protect yourself. And have fun. Have fun, guys.
She's the fun ambassador.
I am.
And she has done it well.
She's done it well. Felix.
I take it.
The message for our family for the weekend?
Well, for me, I'm really, really happy, and I'm happy to be here. I don't take it for granted. Definitely to our viewers out there, it's a bit a hard time in Uganda, probably world over. Everywhere else, it's really hard. But we don't stop trying.
Yes,
don't
absolutely.
Stop trying. Many people are counting on your efforts every day, every second, every minute, every hour. So don't stop trying. Don't quit.
There you go. Pan-African Friday is coming in right after us. We will hopefully see you next week. Have a great and wonderful Friday. See ya.
Ciao.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
Success